career best form at the moment. What's happened over the pre-season?
Oh, I don't know about that. I think, obviously just happy to be contributing each week. But I think, I did have a big off-season. I think I changed a few things heading into this year. I've always sort of come in decent nick to each pre-season, but just a few mindset changes and a few habits I've changed along the way, and I think it's paying off for now.
Yeah. Let us know a couple of those things that you've changed.
So I used to obviously tick off all the sessions in the off season, but I used to sometimes do them on my own, just because obviously having to work as well as juggle, our AFLW careers. So I used to sometimes have to do the gym sessions on my own or running session on my own. But this year I just decided to stop sort of choosing that convenience and doing it when it suited me, and start always doing it with the group. So even though it meant I was probably getting home later each night, it just meant I was always pushing myself that bit further. So I think that's really helped, and definitely the fittest and strongest I've ever been, and I think it's because of that.
Jeez, another sacrifice. Most of the girls have had to sacrifice some stuff to play the game as well. The whole group seems to be on the same page in what they want to achieve.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, obviously there's a lot of sacrifices we have to make along the way, but that's just what we do because we love the game. And we want to see it grow, and we want to be part of that growth. So, obviously we're all always hungry to get better and to sort of each year make those little improvements. So I'm happy I sort of made those changes, and it's sort of paid off for now.
You speak about the group. Obviously, there's a good mix of the old experienced guys like yourself that have been around, and a few young guys come through. What's it like at the moment, just training and sort of being a part of something really special that looks like it's building again?
Yeah, it's really good. There's such a good vibe amongst the group. Everyone's really happy. We had that little interruption there where we obviously, quite a few of us did have COVID, and a few were sort of knocked around as close contacts. So we had that little interruption, but we're sort of back on our, the right trajectory now. But everyone's just really happy and grateful to be playing, because obviously we, had a few weeks out, had a game postponed. So I think we're just happy to be playing, happy to be around each other, and just, just enjoying every moment.
This upcoming game is changed again. Is it
Yeah.
just something you're used to now? Is it still a bit annoying to try and plan around a bit when you don't know when today the breaks that's changing from Friday to Sunday?
Yeah, I think it's just something we're just used to now. After last year, where our fixtures were constantly changing, I think one game we had 12 hours notice that we were flying to Melbourne. So I think we're just used to it, not really planning too far ahead, and just having all those games ready to watch in case our opposition does change. But yeah, so we'll be versing St Kilda on Sunday at 1:10. So that'll be a good challenge, and they haven't had a win yet, so they'll be hungry to obviously get their first win against us. So it's going to be a good game.
So you make sure it's not a banana peel game, considering that they are on the offseason of the ladder?
Yeah, well, that's it. You can never underestimate anyone in this competition. And obviously they haven't had that win yet, so they're going to be as hungry as ever. So definitely not underestimating them in any way.
Do you feel like you're playing just as well as a team as you were in the back half of last year?
I think we are sort of getting there, and our pressure is there, but I don't think we are, have really clicked sort of as we have last year, and I think that's fine considering we only have played 4 games just yet. So I think we're definitely building, and a lot of the conditions we've played in doesn't really help us. We've sort of had almost a hurricane at Maroochydore on Saturday, so some of the things we want to get going in our game, it's hard to with those conditions. But I think we're definitely building, and the fact that our pressure's there is the best part, and we just want to keep building from there.
I guess you can't, obviously you don't want to lose any game, but there's a bit of a divide between the top half and the bottom half, and you don't want to sort of slip away from those top 3 or 4 teams, I would imagine.
Yeah, it looks like that way. But I think this year with COVID and with the different protocols in place, I think in any week, teams could lose 10 girls and then have to field a completely different team, and that could probably have a bit of a play coming to the end of the year. So it sort of looks that way at the moment, but I think things may change by the end of the year.
There must be a bit of pressure as well, obviously starting like that. If it happens again, the season sort of is really on a knife edge if that happens and you lose 10 girls. How do you guys prepare mentally for that in case it does happen?
Yeah, I think it's just sort of taking each day as it comes. I think we've started to just process that is a possibility. I think at the start of the year, a lot of us were really scared to get COVID and really scared to miss out on games. But when we did have that little hiccup and quite a few of us did get sick, I think we just started to realise it probably will happen. So start to process what that looks like, and realise at the end of the day it is just a game, and that obviously people's health is priority. But hopefully that doesn't happen. And if it does happen, I think we have train-ons that can come in and play, and we know that our list, bats deep, so we can someone can come in and fill that role.
So you had it personally?
Yeah. So I was lucky that I wasn't knocked around too bad with it, but definitely had it.
come back and play great footy. So.
Yeah, I was
Maybe
out of quarantine on the Saturday, and then we played on the Tuesday. So
Just one more in your own game. You've kicked a few goals this year, which is not something you've really done through the first few years of your career. Is that something you tried to implement in your game, or is that just a byproduct of circumstances?
yeah, I've always wanted to be a goal-kicking mid. I think most mids do, and that's how you can become the most damaging. And every year I've really made that my focus to become a goal-kicking mid, but it just sort of hasn't happened. I think I was in a bit of a mindset where I thought, I just don't kick goals, whereas this year I just thought, why not? I think on the back of being fitter and stronger, it means I can just spread harder and push forward that bit more. So I think it was just a mindset change as well as fitness. And I think once you kick one, you get a bit of a hunger for more, so it's been fun.
And there's your leadership qualities as well. How important is that presence from the younger girls that are coming into the side now? Those qualities that you're saying, putting yourself out there, is that the message you're trying to pass on to the younger girls?
What was the first part of the question, sorry?
All the efforts that you're doing
yep,
now, and
yep.
sort of the extra training you're doing, and the little sacrifices you're making that you didn't start your career.
Yeah.
How important is that as you as a leader now, passing on to the rest of the girls?
Yeah, I think the girls have definitely picked up on the few changes I have made, and even just talking about diet with a few of them, there's just a few things I've just cut out just to see what change it can make, just because every year I feel like I've been consistent, but I thought if I can make some small changes just to see what the output would be. So they all know the random little things I've cut out from my diet, and they all sort of pay me out. But I think they can see that little sacrifices are worth it. So I think a few of them are doing the same thing.
But tell us now what you cut out of diet. One of them.
Just a few. I think I used to habitually have a little dessert every night or things like that. So just no more desserts and just excess sugar here and there. No sauces and just things like that.
Yeah.
Just little things that I probably didn't need that you always just add to the side of your meal. So just cleaning it up and seeing how it's affected me.